All right, what is going on, Cubs fam? We have got to talk about the additional fleet that is going to be required in Grand Arena. And today, I'm going to make a case for why, in my opinion, this is one of the worst decisions I have seen Capital Games make in quite some time. I think this is really bad for Grand Arena for a lot of reasons, even for people who are in the top echelons of Kyber 1. I'm going to make this argument today from the perspective of somebody who I'm assuming has every single fleet maxed, which is not going to be the case for the majority of Kyber League. The top echelons of Kyber League, Kyber 1 makes sense, but when you get down to Kyber 3, Kyber 4, Kyber 5, there's going to be a lot more issues with this idea of adding additional fleets. Now, if you've been hiding under rock and you missed the post, this is what was said on the forums. After this season of Grand Arena Championships, Kyber League, the entirety of Kyber League, will now require one additional fleet on defense, which means 3 total fleet defenses. Now, the number one reason why this is a massive problem for Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes is just the sheer amount of fleets we have available. Now, I've put a visual together for you with using a tier maker here. This is every ship we have in the game. 56 total fleets in the game, by the way. Only 56. And these are kind of the standard fleets you'll see used. I've got this put together assuming that you are going to do your Grand Arena countering the Executor with the Malevolence. This is why you see TIE Fighter Pilot in there and the Ebon Hawk. And these fleets, by the way, are not in order of reinforcements. You would probably organize them differently. Like, for example, you wouldn't start with, you would definitely reinforce with Spy, right? So you can get that Force Taunt, etc. So just don't freak out about the order of these. I'm just putting the fleets where they, with their capital ship, with their respective capital ships. So when you are placing 3 fleets on defense, that means you need 3, obviously, to win. And there are a total, generously, of 7 fleets in this entire game, which leaves you with a flex spot of maybe your either Chimera or Executor, depending, or Executrix, depending on which one you decide to use for Empire, and Mace Windu, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 maybe leftover ships as part of that. And these fleets are not even complete fleets. Keep in mind, a complete fleet is going to have 7 ships with them, correct? I am only showing on this breakdown 3 fleets that even fill out the full fleet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so under this current system, we only have, for the 7 fleets that we've got, only 3 of them are even complete fleets. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that aren't even utilizing all 7 spots. Why? Some might say because you don't need them. I would say because they're just not available. It's just not possible to fill out these fleets. And even if you did find a way to make use of these, let's say that I take Wedge, and I know some people put Wedge with Resistance, the Scimitar, maybe you're putting that with your Empire or even your Executor. Maybe I'm taking the Bomber. I know some people like putting the Bomber in with Empire. And I don't know, where are we going to put the Sith Fighter? Who even uses that? And we've got a leftover ship here. And we've got 2 leftover capital ships, and still only 5 fleets can even be completed. So under the current game, we basically have enough ships to fill out 5 complete fleets. 5. And they're requiring 6. And that gives us how much flexibility. When you place 3 fleets, even let's just assume that there are 7 complete fleets here, which there's not. Even if you are able to assume those are complete fleets, you lose 1 battle, just 1, and you have 1 battle to make it up. And if you do not win that 1 battle, you are dead in the water, period. This is something that was already happening with 2 fleets for a lot of people. Because the reality is a lot of people in Kyber League don't have 7 complete fleets. I'm going to put that in quotation marks because as we can see here, we don't even have 7 complete fleets available in this game. But instead, a lot of those people only have maybe 5 or 6 fleets that are somewhat developed. And so you lose, even under the current system where you're placing 2 fleets, if you lose 1 battle for a lot of these people, then that's it. There's no flexibility. There's no option for full clear at this point. It's just, you're just dead in the water. And that problem is going to multiply exponentially, even for the top echelons of the competitive sphere of Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which we also have to talk about the way that the current Executor fleet is working. Most people are either getting lucky with their Malevolence, saving their Executor, and flipping a coin on a mirror match. But for the most part, if you're playing it right, you're probably fighting with your Malevolence. Sometimes it works. Half the time it doesn't. You need a cleanup fleet. So I'm seeing almost every opponent I face taking 2 battles against my Executor. So that means, under that assumption, we have no ability, no flexibility, because you're going to lose 1 battle against the Executor. There's your second battle, and those other 2 ships, either you win or you don't, and you just don't full clear. So anyway, maybe you don't have a problem with this. The problem I have with this is we have had in this game for a very long time a problem with the amount of available fleets we have in the game. And that problem has been somewhat tolerable because of the amount of fleets that we needed in Grand Arena. It's been a problem, but it hasn't been a major problem. Now it's a major problem. And giving us 3 new ships, 2 marquee ships, and 1 conquest ship does not solve this problem. That has given us a resistance fleet, which effectively, if we're not using Wedge or Lando in there, there's your resistance fleet. It gave us a fleet of basically no reinforcements to, okay, you've got 4 ships that are available there. For First Order, it gave us this. We went from 4 ships available to 5 on First Order, and then the tie-in Interceptor makes the Empire great. I mean, that one did definitely round out the Empire fleet, which was already okay. So this hardly puts us in a position where we are now able to say we have 7 complete fleets in the game, and we can ramp up the needed ships that you need in Grand Arena to 3 for defense. And that has, we've made it all the way through this video here, and I have not even mentioned that this is also coming without the availability in this game of a fleet squad selector. I'm going to be a little bit emotional and irrational here by saying I'm frankly insulted that they would increase the number of fleets that you need in Grand Arena before they give us one of the most essential quality of life updates that this game needs, that they continually pass on providing to the community. All that they have done over and over and over again is say that it's something that is a priority to them. Well, I'm calling bullshit because it's clearly not a priority, or it would have been in the game a long time ago. And now we are increasing our Grand Arena needs to 3 fleets, still no squad selector for the fleet squads. So anyway, I don't know if you guys are picking up what I'm putting down here, but this, in my opinion, based on the where the game is at right now, is a terrible decision for Grand Arena. And I'm frankly really upset about it. So how do you guys feel about it? I know that there's going to be dissenting opinions. I actually waited to make this video deliberately because I saw the post and I was pretty hot about it. And I didn't want to just spew negativity on a video, which I kind of ended up doing anyway because I just feel like this is really dumb. But for anyone who disagrees, I'd love to hear dissenting opinions. You got no problem with this, that's fine. I think I can see an argument. I can see the logic of saying, well, maybe if you're in Kyber 1, the top leagues, this isn't as big of a deal because you've got those counters figured out. You're not going to need those extra fleets. Okay, I disagree politely, but I could see the logic behind that. But where I just see zero logic is when you're getting into Kybers 3, 4, 5, and people just don't have that many fleets developed. It's just going to make Grand Arena very, very miserable for everybody on that top right corner for fleets. So anyway, guys, there's your video for the day. Happy Friday. I hope you guys all have a great weekend, and hopefully we get that shipload of content, which I guess the shipload of content means 2 marquee ships and a conquest ship. This is Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.